will be divided into different groups based on some properties. Each group will follow. So based on some properties, we'll be dividing them into groups. So for example, first these numbers, they are divided into two groups. That numbers can be real or imaginary. Numbers can be real numbers or they can be imaginary numbers. Real numbers which can be represented on a number line. For example, this is a number, it's a line and it have infinite points. That means it have infinite numbers. So those numbers which we can represent over this line, they are called as real numbers. They really exist in nature. They really exist in nature. We can quantify them. That is, this is the quantity that represents this particular number. Those numbers will be called as real numbers. These really exist in nature. These are real numbers. Whereas imaginary numbers, they do not exist in nature. For example, we have root of -5. We cannot take root of -5 or root of -2. So these are imaginary numbers. The numbers which do not exist in nature, which we really cannot quantify them. Is a quantity which represents root of -5, it is not available. It's not possible. So these are imaginary numbers. Root of -5 we cannot take. Or for example, root of 4. We can take root of 4. It can be 2 plus or minus 2. Root of 4 is plus or minus 2. Or simply we can say root of 4 is 2. But if I ask you what will be the root of -4, can we take root of -4? It is not possible. So such numbers, that is root of any negative number, this is called as imaginary numbers. So these numbers you'll be studying in 11th or 12th classes. Imaginary numbers we as well use, but they cannot be represented on number line. So these imaginary numbers, they are not in syllabus. For example, root of -1. It is represented as iota. This you will be studying in high classes. So imaginary numbers, they cannot be represented on a number line. And number line, this is our real number lines. That is, only the real numbers can be represented on this number line. Therefore, this line is called as real number lines. Now, real numbers we can further divide into two groups. That is, rational numbers and irrational numbers. So these real numbers we can further divide into two groups. That is, which are rational numbers and which are not rational. Again, we divide into two groups. Now, what are rational numbers? The numbers which can be represented in the form of P by Q. That is, they can be represented in the form of fraction, where there is one condition as well. That is, Q not equal to 0. Irrational numbers which can be represented as a ratio of two integers. We'll be discussing integers again. We'll be discussing what are integers, and then we'll be back to the definition of rational numbers. Okay. So rational numbers, the numbers which can be represented in a ratio of two integers, where P and Q are integers. And the Q, that is denominator, it is not equal to 0. That is, the divisor is not equal to 0. These two conditions must be satisfied. That is, P and Q, they must be integers, whereas Q not equal Q not equal to 0. That is, the denominator must not be equal to 0. Okay. Now, what are integers? For example, if we take 0 is an integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity, these are integers. These are positive integers. 0 is an integer. And what are the negative integers? -1, -2, -3, -4 up to -infinity. These are integers. So a rational number is a number which can be represented in the form of a ratio, that is in the form of a fraction of two integers, where p and q are integer, which can be represented in the form of p by q, p upon q, where p and q both are integers. This is the first condition. The second condition, q not equal to 0, that is q should not be equal to 0. So the numbers which satisfy this definition, they are rational numbers, and which do not satisfy this equation, they are which do not satisfy this fraction or this p by q form, they are called as irrational numbers. This is not an equation, p by q form. If they do not satisfy, they will be irrational numbers. So after some time, we'll be back to the definition of rational numbers and irrational numbers. We'll be discussing rational numbers in detail and then irrational numbers as well in detail. So for example, if I take 0, is 0 a rational number? Can 0 be represented in the form of p by q? Can 0 be represented in the form of p by q? Can we represent it? 0 in the form of p by q, that is the ratio of two integers, where denominator should not be equal to 0. We can represent it 0, 0 divided by 1, or we can write 0 divided by minus 12, or 0 divided by plus 13. We can represent 0 in any of these form. 0 can be represented 0 by 1, that is 0 only. 0 upon minus 12, that was as well 0. 0 upon plus 13, that is as well 0. So 0 divided by any number, that is not, q must not be equal to 0. We can take any integers only, not 0. Except 0, we can take any integers as denominator, and we can represent 0 as p by q form. Any number we can represent. For example, 5. Can we represent it in the form of p by q? Yes, we can represent 5 upon 1. We can see as well, 5 upon 1, it's in the form of p by q, whereas q, that is 1 not equal to 0. So it satisfies these conditions. Therefore, we can say 5 is a rational number. Or minus 3. Is minus 3 a rational number? Yes, minus 3 is a rational number. We can represent in the form of p by q. Minus 3, it can be written as minus 3 divided by 1. P by q form, whereas q not equal to 0. That is 1 is not equal to 0. So we can say these numbers are rational numbers. So we'll be, after discussing few more groupings, we'll be more in detail with rational numbers and irrational numbers. So now we discuss further how they divide the rational numbers. So now these rational numbers can be further divided as integers or non-integers. They can be further divided as integers and non-integers. For example, from minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 up to minus infinity. These are negative integers. 0 is an integer. Then positive integers, 1, plus 1, see here, plus 1, or simply we write 1. So we usually don't write plus with these numbers, positive numbers. No need of writing plus 1, plus 2 every time. We can simply write 1, 2. These are positive integers. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. These are integers. Now all the fraction values between these two integers, any two integers, all the fraction value between them, they are called as non-integers. They are called as non-integers. For example, 5 by 2 is a non-integer, or 0.5 is a non-integer, minus 7 upon 13 is a non-integer. These we can write in the form of integers. They are called as non-integers. So we have again divided rational numbers as integers and non-integers. Now these integers, they can be further divided. That is, okay, for example, okay, first we discuss natural numbers. Natural numbers, what are natural numbers? Natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. These are natural numbers. So integers we can further divide as natural numbers or whole numbers. Whole numbers, in natural numbers, if we include 0 as well, they will be called as whole numbers up to infinity. So this is how we divided the numbers. Numbers into real and imaginary numbers, then real numbers into rational and irrational numbers. Now rational numbers again into integers and non-integers, and integers again into natural numbers, whole numbers. This is how we divide the numbers. We have grouped the numbers. This is clear. Anyone have doubt? You can ask. Just give me 1 minute. Someone is calling from your class. Let me attend today. So if you got doubt, you can ask. Yes, you can ask. Anyone got the doubts in grouping of the numbers or anything you want to ask?
No doubt.
Okay, so now we will discuss rational numbers in detail. Okay, in A by B format is written. So now we'll be concentrating to rational numbers only. So till now we have discussed a rational number can be expressed in the form of P by Q, which can be expressed in the form of P by Q where P and Q, they are integers, and Q not equal to 0. So these are the two conditions. First one, P and Q, they must be integers. And second, denominator, that is Q not equal to 0. These two conditions must be satisfied. So any number that can be represented in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. In your book, it is written that they can be expressed in the form of A by B, where A and B, they are integers and B not equal to 0. So the definition is same, P by Q or A by Q, A by B. The definition is same. We have used only the different letters to represent them. So definition is clear. So please go through the definition once on your page number first, rational numbers. And we denote rational numbers with capital Q. Go through the definition and see there's one in the set form is given. That is, in set form, how can write? Q equal to such that now this rational number is to be represented in the form of A by B such that A and B are integers. That is A, B, they belong to integers. Integers we denote with I or Z. So first condition, they must be integers, and second condition, B not equal to 0. Close the set. So in set builder form we have written. Q, a rational number, can be expressed as A by B, whereas such that A, B, they belongs to integers. They are integers, and B not equal to 0. So these two conditions must be satisfied. Always remember this one. This is the definition of rational number. Okay, now I'll be discussing on page number 2. That is, first condition B not equal to 0. A by B, where A, B and they are belongs to integers, and A by B. So any rational number we can represent, for example, 4 by 6. So is it a rational number? Because it can be represented in the form of 4 by 6, whereas 6 not equal to 0. It's a rational number, but we can simplify them. That is 2 by 3. So this number we can represent in the form of a ratio. That is, it can be expressed by 2 by 3. So it's a rational number. I'll be a bit slow for 2 or 3 days, and with time we will gain the pace. So 2 by 3, they are co-primes. They are co-primes. They do not have any common factor except 1. So these all you can go through yourself for 1 minute. Just go through it. All the things like every integer and every decimal number is a rational number. Corresponding to every rational number A by B, there is a negative rational number. So for example, you are given with -5. Okay, +5 we take. What will be the corresponding negative rational number? -5. Or 2 by 3. What will be the corresponding negative rational number? -2 by 3. Or you can write it as minus. In any form you can write. But mainly we use this form. This we consider as a standard form. Negative sign we always keep with the numerator. So rational number, they can be negative rational number, -2 by 3, -5 by 7, or 7 upon 13 minus, or they can be positive rational number, 2 by 3, -2 upon -3. It is again 2 by 3, same number. 7 upon 13, 4 upon 7. These are positive rational numbers. Minus, minus, they become plus. Or it is given that, for example, A by B is one rational number, other rational number C by D. A by B, C by D. These are two rational numbers. Now, if they are equal, that is, they are equal or equivalent rational numbers, then how it can be proved? That is, if this equation A by B equal to C by D, or we cross multiply A into D equal to B into C. So we can say, if this condition is satisfied, then we can say these two rational numbers are equal. If this condition is satisfied, then we can say these two rational numbers are equal. So in question, for example, it comes, prove that these two rational numbers are equal. What we will do? We multiply, we take the numerator of first and denominator of second. We multiply them. And we take the denominator of first and numerator of second, and we multiply them. If they are equal, then we can say these two rational numbers are equal. These two rational numbers are equal. Or if the question asks that we have to insert rational numbers between two rational numbers, between two rational numbers. For example, you are given two rational numbers A, B. We have to insert rational numbers between A and B. So first we arrange the rational number in ascending order, that is A is smaller than B, and we have to insert a rational number here. So what we'll do, we'll add them A plus B and take the mid value. So to insert rational numbers between any two rational numbers, we add them and divide by 2. That is, we take the mean of them. So A plus B divided by 2. Now the question further asks that insert rational numbers between these two. That is, we have to insert three rational numbers. So we have inserted first rational number, second rational numbers, again take the mean of these two rational numbers, and we'll be inserting one more rational number here. Again take the mean of these two rational numbers, and we'll be inserting one more rational number. So we'll be doing this as well. Okay. Properties of rational numbers as well we have to discuss. So properties of rational numbers. For example, if A by B, C by D, these are two rational numbers. If we add them, then the resultant rational number, that will also be a rational number. So addition of two rational numbers is always a rational number. This is first property. Sum of two rational numbers is always a rational number. This is our first property. Or if we subtract them, for example, A by B minus C by D, or C by D minus A by D, the resultant number, that is also a rational number. So sum of rational number is rational number. The difference of two rational numbers is also a rational number. Product of two rational number, sum, difference or subtraction, product of two rational number is also a rational number. For example, A is a rational number. If we multiply whatever we get, that will also a rational number. So when we multiply two rational number, the resultant will also a rational number. Now, for example, A by B, we are dividing a rational number by a rational number. Then also that the division is a rational number. But there's one condition here. That is, denominator should not be equal to 0. Always remember this one. So in division of two rational number, there is a one condition. That is the divisor, that is the denominator must not be equal to 0. We are dividing two rational numbers. A rational number is divided by a rational number. So the rational number which is coming in denominator, or we can say the divisor, it should not be equal to 0. So this condition must be satisfied in divisor. With sum, no condition. With multiplication of two rational numbers, no condition. With difference as well, no condition. But in divisor, there is one condition. Always remember this one. That is, the divisor must not be equal to 0. Must not be equal to 0. These are the properties of rational numbers. Okay, decimal representation we will discuss afterwards. We'll do the exercise first, then we discuss the representation, then we'll start the irrational numbers. Okay, so this representation, decimal representation, I'm leaving for the time being. We'll discuss it, we'll solve the exercise first, then we'll move to this representation, and then we'll start the irrational numbers. Okay, so exercise first day. Start doing the exercise. Is 0 a rational number? So always go with the definition. That is, if question is asking is 0 a rational number? So rational number can be expressed in the form of A by B, where A and B are integers and B not equal to 0. So can be represented in the form of A by B, 0 upon 1 or 0 upon 13. We can represent in the form of A by B, where 0 and 1 both are integers. Both are integers, satisfied, As well, denominator is not equal to 0. So 0 satisfies the definition of rational number. Therefore, we can say 0 is a rational number. Can it be written in the form of P by Q? Yes, it can be written in the form of P by Q. P by Q form we have to write. So 0 can be written as 0 by 1 or 0 by 12 or 0 by 13. Anything we can write. Only the denominator is not equal to 0. So it can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. You can see denominator is not equal to 0. Numerator can be 0. With P, the numerator can be 0, but denominator should never be equal to 0. Always remember this one. Okay, are the following statements true or false? Every whole number is a natural number. Is it true?
Yes.
How it can be
No,
true?
sir.
Every whole number. So what are whole numbers? 0,
that number-
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Up
So
to
starting from
infinity.
0.
Yes, natural numbers starting from 1.
Starting from 1.
So you can see 0 is not a natural number. 0 is not a natural number. So whole numbers are not natural number. Every whole number is not a natural number. Every whole number is not a natural number. You can see 0. 0 is a whole number but not a natural number. We can say every natural number is a whole number. Every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number. Second one, every whole number is a rational number. Is it true? True. Every integer is a rational number. Again true. Every rational number is a whole number. Last one, every rational number is a whole number. If I give 2 by 5, is it a whole number? No.
No,
So
sir.
every rational number is not a whole number. Now arrange the following in the ascending order of their magnitude. That I give you as homework and we'll discuss it tomorrow. So you have to make the denominator same first and then compare the numerator. Okay. Third, try to do it yourself and we'll discuss third and fourth tomorrow. Okay. Third and fourth, try to do it yourself and we will discuss it again tomorrow. So you have to make the first, how we make the numbers. For example, 2 by 3, 4 by 5. 4 by, oh, easy number we take. 4
Can
by,
we leave?
yes, you can leave. If we have to compare which is bigger, which is smaller, what we'll do? First, we'll make the denominator same. That is, we'll take the LCM. So what will be the LCM? 15. So we multiply it by 5. So this 2 by 3 can be represented in this form. 4 by 5 can be represented as this, 5 into 3. It is 10 upon 15. It is how much? 12 upon 15. Now, as we have made the denominator same, we can compare the numerator. Which is bigger? 4 by 5 is bigger, larger number. Okay. So you take the LCM of all the denominators and then compare the numerators. Okay. Third and fourth, do it yourself, and we'll stop the class here. Fifth one, we'll discuss
Thank you,
tomorrow. And decimal
Thank you, sir.
representation. Then we'll start the irrational numbers. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Do revise whatever we have studied.
Thank you, sir.
And if you got doubt, do ask tomorrow morning. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Starting
Thank
from the
you,
first
sir.
page. Go through it once. It's important
Thank
if you
you,
understand. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
sir, today books are available in school.
Books are available.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Moreover, you can call once as well as school. You can check there. Most probably books are available. Books are available. You can get it from the school.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm
Sir.
stop. Yes.
Sir, which questions do we have to do in notebook?
See your first, second, third and fourth do in notebook. Third and
And sir,
fourth.
first question.
First question is up to you. If you want, you can do. It's better. It's only one line question, so you can do them all.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and there is no need of writing the questions. Remember that one. There is no need of writing the question. Don't waste your time in writing the questions. Just write the answers. Okay. Second one you can do in book.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.